Hey guys, so I've made a lot of bets recently on my channel that have done really well, okay? And we're going to be going over all of those plus new SPAC plays that may be an interesting buy even at these current valuations, all right? So let's go over first, we made a bet on Nordstrom that they would actually beat Q3 earnings, and that they did. We made a tremendous profit off of Nordstrom. The next thing was Slack being bought out by Salesforce, or the potential news of that, and it rose by like 30% in the day. And then these new interesting SPAC plays, all right, from this new electric vehicle charging stock called Nuve to this company called AvePoint that's partnering with Microsoft, as well as Arrival. And we're going to go over all of these positions and see how they're doing, okay? So, and potentially if they're still buys at these current valuations. So CIIC, which is going to merge with Arrival, we can see we're still up 37%, even though there's been a couple of downward moves with our cost basis of $17.55. Okay, and this is a very small position. As we can see, up 37% only means a $163 gain. All right. And the next one is, of course, NBAC. We got into this one a little bit later, but it's still doing well. We can see we're still up 13%, even though on the day we were down today by 22%. Of course, whenever you have a massive move by 86%, which was what we saw the gain on the previous day, there's always a downward move that tends to happen afterwards. And we have, of course, 60 shares of those, cost basis of $15.28. And of course, we have Tesla here just for comparison. That's up over 49%. I only have 2 shares of Tesla, unfortunately. And finally, Work, which is Slack, we're up over 55% on that. So those are just some of my holdings that we have, okay? And pretty much these are what I think about the current valuations for all these SPAC plays and more, okay, that we're going to be talking about today. So number one, we're talking about NBAC, which is going to merge with Nuve. And I think it's still a buy, okay? It recently announced a deal with Lion Electric, which we're going to go over, and it's up 73% over the past month, which I still think is still trading at a discount relative to other SPACs, okay? CIIG, which of course I hold, it's merging with Arrival. And right now at these levels, I think it's just a hold. It's neither a buy or nor a sell, just because it has gone up by 130% over the past month. But however, I like that they actually have a contract with UPS, and it's a good opportunity for a niche electric vehicle market. Okay, so I should say first NBAC, which is merging with Nuve. They are going to produce electric charging stations and sort of vehicle to grid integration, which is very, very interesting. Finally, there's NGA, which is going to merge with Lion Electric. They're going to make sort of school buses. They have like 5 different models of school buses, and it's not a buy yet. And the only reason why I say that is because there's no finalized deal. I don't know what the valuation of the final, if I buy NGA SPAC, I don't know how much of that is actually going to transform into shares of Lion Electric, right? And it's up 35% over a month. And just because they have no deal right now, it's just pure speculation, and I don't even want to get into that. And they also have a deal with Nuve for their vehicle to grid integration system, again, which we're going to go over. Next is the battery part, Romeo Power, and it's going to merge with RMG. And right now it's not a buy. It's up 70% over the past month, and it's a battery play. But I do think that for now, the contracts are still in the air. So, for example, they have a contract with Nikola, which I don't know if that's going to go through, just because Nikola, the whole company is sort of up in the air right now with the whole scam around Trevor Milton and rolling down the chuck down a hill, right? SBE is going to reverse merge with ChargePoint. Right now, it's not a buy just because it's up 178% over the month. Okay, we're going to go over all of that. APXT, AvePoint. This is the stock that I talked about in my video yesterday, and I'm on the line. I actually wasn't able to buy this stock because I had rowing practice, and when I came back from rowing practice, it was a very long rowing practice. I unfortunately missed out on the market open, and it was already up by like 30%. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out and wait for a dip before I buy. So right now I'm on the line, still about buying it, and it's a cloud company that is partnering with Microsoft. It already has revenues. It already has this partnership. It's already secure. But it's up over 41% monthly. And I mean, I just don't think it's as good a deal, obviously, when it wasn't up 41%. Okay, so we're gonna go over all of that. So first up, and back, all right? And we've seen this crazy pop of just 86% in one day, which we can see right here. And right now, I like that the stock price decreased by 20%. This is healthy. I didn't sell out of any of my shares just because I do believe this has a very, very interesting proposition model. And if you're looking to invest, I actually do see an opportunity at these levels. Okay, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence before just buying these stocks. Um, but this one is down 22%, and I think it is still a potential buy. Okay, the reason why is this is an electric vehicle charging station, okay? And it's the only one of its kind that's doing this vehicle to grid integration, where it pretty much lets you, once you're done using your vehicle, lets you plug it in, lets you actually sell electricity back to the grid at peak times, for example, in the morning and in the evening. And it'll actually charge when of course electricity is low, like in the middle of the night. Okay, so if we can see here, their compounded annual revenue growth is expected to be 312% compared to Blink and ChargePoint, which is around 60% for ChargePoint. Okay, so I like that. One, it has higher growth potential and better valuation, right? If we're looking at the enterprise value over revenue, this one has the lowest enterprise out of Blink and ChargePoint, and same with enterprise value over revenue. Okay, so I'm looking for value in the company, and I see value in this company as well as a unique opportunity. Okay, and we're going to go over the interesting deal that they're going to be having with Lion Electric. All right. So the next stock here is CIIG Merger Corp, and this is a company that I also like because it has a contract with UPS over $1.2 billion, I believe. The only reason why I'm sort of on the fence is because it's up by 138% over the past month. All right, and I mean I'm liking this nice pullback. I think it's very healthy, and it might be a point to get in. But again, I'm not going to be buying any more than I already have. I have like 25 shares. I'm just going to be sitting on them. Okay, and again, we can see here that they're going to be partnered with UPS, as well as they have strategic partnerships with Hyundai and Kia Motors. All right, and this is a company based out of the UK, going to be valued at like 5 billion in terms of the market cap. We can see they're going to have their electric bus, electric van, large electric van, and small vehicle platform. Okay, and this is again a niche market. It's not like they're trying to do sort of like a Tesla thing or a Neo thing, where they're catering towards the mass market. They're catering more towards like electric buses and vans, which I really like. And if we just recently scroll all the way down, they actually talk about how many employees they have right here. And of course, we can see that they have the most employees out of all the other companies, such as Fisker, Helion, Lordstown, even Nikola. They have 1,200 employees compared to a lot of these companies, which the next biggest company has 300 employees. Okay, and again, you can pause this video and compare all the stats if you would like to. But again, I do believe in this company longer term, so I'm going to be holding, of course, all my shares of CIG, but I don't recommend a buy at these levels. Okay. Finally, Northern Genesis Acquisition Corp, which is actually a new company. I don't have any shares in it yet, and I'm not going to be buying until I see sort of more or less of a finalized deal what they're doing with Lion Electric. Okay, so here they have again 5 products, I believe, Line 6 and 8. The C, the A, the D, and the M, kind of an assortment of different buses here, of course. And it's again really interesting company. Again, this company is based in Canada. I would just like to know the terms of the deal, like how much value I'm actually getting for this 520 million market cap, how much of that is actually going to be going towards the final Lion Electric shares when they trade on, I'm assuming, the NASDAQ, okay? And of course, this is the deal that I'm talking about. Nuve Corporation and Lion Electric announced a vehicle-to-grid collaboration. So again, this is very smart because what they can do is plug these school buses in and actually sell electricity back to the grid at a higher price, and then buy back the electricity when it's a lower price. So pretty much like electricity arbitrage, which I think is genius, right? Of course, it may not amount to a lot in a day, but imagine that compounded over a month or over a year, right? It's just savings for the business. Okay, so Lion Electric, a leading original equipment manufacturer of all-electric heavy-duty vehicles based in Saint-Jérôme in Quebec. Hopefully I did that accent right. Announced today their collab on launching vehicle-to-grid tech as a standard feature of their zero-emission school buses. So last week, Nuve announced a definitive merger agreement with Newborn Acquisition Corp, NBAC, which will result in Nuve becoming a listed public company at closing. Okay, so again, I think this is really cool, and it's nice that these companies are partnering together. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Of course, RMG acquisition. This is up over like 68 around there percent over the past month, and this is a battery tech. So when you're thinking of electric vehicles, you of course have the charging stations, you have the actual electric vehicles, and then of course you have the batteries for those. So sort of three components there. And this is a battery manufacturer. And this one, I'm the most iffy on the terms of their deal, as well as their investor presentation. And so I do not own shares of this, especially not since this big run up. And I will not be buying shares unless it comes at a very much reduced valuation from current levels. Maybe if it goes back down to like you know $14, let's say, then I would be interested. Okay, but right now I think it's just too expensive for me. All right, and part of it is because of course they're announcing over like a $200 million battery deal with Nikola. And again, I'm not very optimistic on Nikola's future. Of course, they're partnering with GM to make their truck, and GM's providing all pretty much the electric vehicle parts, and Nikola is just there sort of as the brand name basically. Okay, and again, one thing that we can notice is that the Lion Electric Company is actually expected to do a contract with RMG, Romeo Power, of 234 million. Okay, so that's a massive deal. So this means actually that this Lion Electric is planning on doing something pretty big and buying a lot of products from Romeo in terms of its battery. Okay, so this potentially could be huge, and maybe I'm missing out on a key player, NGA, that's only up by 35% over the month. But again, I just like to know the deals of the contract before they're actually um, do the reverse merger, so I know exactly what I'm getting into, right? So that's why I can't buy um, the NGA just yet that's merging with Lion Electric. But again, huge contract to be announced. Of course, who knows if they'll actually get all or even a portion of the contract. Of course, a lot of this is just speculation and it's just expected revenue, right? But again, I am very, very skeptical about this Nikola deal. And I don't really know the other systems. Of course, I need to do more research. And, you know, when I say that, these are potentially buy at these levels, what I'm saying is that other companies like Blink, if we're looking at the 6 month trend, they're up over 1,000%. Even on the month, they're still up by 275%. So when I say it's only up 35% in a month, that's a huge move. But what I'm saying is it could still make an even bigger move in the future, just because we've seen with, and other charging companies move by quite a bit, quite fast over a short period of time. Okay, finally, we're looking at Switchback Energy. And again, I'm not buying just because, I mean, I haven't done very much research, mainly because I feel like I've missed opportunities since the company's already up 178%. Okay, and I feel like there are better deals such as NBAC and CIIG. And finally, the one that I recommended on my last video yesterday, I was not able to get in, of course, because I had rowing practice, so I had to miss it. I missed market open, and by the time the market opened, it was already up by like 30%. So I didn't. I was like, I'm not going to buy shares. But this is a company that I like because it has a very interesting revenue potential, and actually, they projecting revenues to grow by over 30%, I believe, in 2021 and 33% in 2022. Okay. And what I like, of course, is that it already has a partnership with Microsoft and their Office products. Okay, more of like into the cloud space and looking more from like a data management and data security perspective. Okay, so I really do like this company. I'm very sad that I missed out on this opportunity. I will buy in, but I kind of want to see it. Maybe be like $13 or $12 instead of right now after hours it's like $15. Okay, so again, these are all the companies all at once. So let's just do a quick recap. I think NBAC is still a buy. I think CIG is a hold for now. If it goes down a bit more, I think it is potentially a buy. These companies here, I think Lion Electric, again, I'm very much on the fence, but they need to before I actually invest in them. Romeo Power, I'm not buying. They have a sketch deal with Nikola potentially. And I mean, I don't know where the $234 million contract with Lion Point, which is a relatively new company, is coming from. And finally, ChargePoint, not a buy, and AvePoint, again, on the fence, but not yet. Okay, so the only one that I can recommend still is, of course, NBAC. But again, do your own research before buying and selling into these stocks. Okay, and so finally, of course, I just want to say we've been right about many of these plays in the past week. That doesn't guarantee me being right in the future. So I just want to say, of course, please do your own due diligence, do your own research. I know that these videos are a lot more popular than some of my other videos that I talk about value plays. Um, but again, I do appreciate all the comments and all the new subscribers. We're at like over 600 right now, so only like 391 to go before we hit 1,000. So of course, please keep supporting it by hitting the thumbs up and subscribe button, if you haven't already. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. And as always, love you all, and I'll see you next time.